Alright guys, I'm in my utility room. I want to show some people how to do some center caps. These came off my Honda S2000 wheels, and they originally had a glossy coat on them, and I already taken that off. So what I'm doing is I'm doing a wet sand to make it completely smooth, using 320 grit sandpaper, and just at my laundry room sink, just taking off that top coat. I'm going to be using Rust-Oleum peel coat to coat these. I'm actually getting my wheels powder coated as we speak, so I'm finishing off the caps. I'm going to be doing a pretty cool detail. My whole goal is to do a gloss white peel coat, vinyl wrap a Honda logo, and then clear coat the whole thing. So I'll show you all the process completely throughout. You just want to make sure you completely remove all the old paint. I want to have a nice bonding surface for the peel coat to stick to. People always complain about peel coat that it always chips off, comes off, and stuff like that. But if you don't do the prep, it's not going to work right. You got to make sure everything is, all the grease is gone. You degrease it, you wipe it down with alcohol, even acetone, just to make sure that there's no more contaminants on the surface. But right now, my whole goal is to get the old paint off. So, sorry guys, I had a call. So yeah, completely get the logo off, get the old paint off. The main goal is to get all the old paint off, so when you spray it, you don't get any of those wrinkles, because sometimes the older paint might react with the new paint. This is just to prevent all that, so you don't do all the work again, We'll jump through all this. I know you guys don't want to watch me sand every single one of them. This is something everybody can do. I'll be back in a little bit. Hey guys, I just came back just because I was gonna, instead of jumping forward, I want to make sure I go into detail. When you paint these, you want to make sure you when you sand these, you want to make sure you sand all of this, and also this edge, and partial this edge. If you only focus here and you don't do anything here, of course, the paint's not going to stick. So make sure you guys get everything sanded down so you get a nice bond. Guys, another thing that helps in this whole process is if you put the sandpaper while it's wet on a flat surface, and that gives you a little bit more leverage. And you want to do round patterns like this. You'll see the paint getting caught in the water. Just makes it a little bit more easier because you can put a little bit more weight down, and you get a nice circular pattern. My wife's gonna kill me because I'm effing up her laundry, but oh well. Start sticking, it means you got a lot of paint there. Get some water in. All right, so I finished sanding down all of these wheel covers for my hub. Now I'm gonna go ahead and wipe down with alcohol. I've already wiped them down once. They're drying off. Um, Basically, you want to make sure there's no more grease on this. There shouldn't be, but again, this is all precaution. You want to make sure the base is basically completely clean. There's no dust, no debris, so you have a good, surface for the paint to bond to. We're gonna go ahead and use peel coat to coat these wheels, and then after that we're gonna use a clear peel coat to top it off. But there's a couple fun things I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna be putting a Honda logo right in the middle of each one of these. So first is gonna go white, Honda logo, and then I'm gonna clear coat them with the peel coat. So let's see how this turns out. All right, I gone ahead and finished sanding these wheel covers. Now I'm gonna go ahead and spray them down, but I want to let you guys know that I went ahead and wiped everything down with alcohol, making sure that there's no grease or debris left behind. We want to make sure the surface is completely clean so the paint has a good bonding surface. I'm gonna go ahead and paint it with a few different coats. I'm gonna do probably 4 or 5 coats of the peel coat white. This is a matte finish. I don't care that it's matte because my wheels are going to be glossy, but I'm going to be putting a gloss coat on top of it, so that should turn it into a glossy white. But first I'm going to do this, then I'm going to stick a decal. I'm going to put a Honda logo in between each one of these, and then I'm going to seal it with the clear, so the vinyl doesn't peel over time. I mean, it shouldn't, but this is just to give it that nice factory look. So before I start the paint process, this is already drying up, and it should be dry by the time I'm done with this stuff here. I'm going to be putting these cans in a warm or hot water bath, basically in a bucket with hot water, and let them sit for like 10-15 minutes. It is a little chilly here, and I want to make sure the paint has good flow, and also we're going to shake it for about 2 to 3 minutes. So I'll be right back. Alright guys, I have a can that's been soaking for about 10-15 minutes. You want to make sure all the water is off of this when you spray. Take the cap off, of course. Make sure all the water comes out of the nozzle. We're going to do a few test sprays to make sure all the water is removed. Wipe down the can, guys. Can't tell you how many times I did this without doing it, and little water splashes on top of the paint when you try to go at a weird angle. Alright, so this can is nice and toasty. Again, the water is not like super hot. It's basically what my water heater produces, and the water heater is on hot, not very hot, so definitely won't burn you, but it's warm enough to the touch. Alright, so ready to go. It's been shaking. Let's get this started. Alright guys, we're back. So my can is nice and toasty. My parts are completely clean, sanded, no grease, wiped down with alcohol. Next thing, before you start spraying, if any dust has settled, we want to make sure you blow off any dust. I do have an air compressor. I'm just too lazy to start it up and lug that thing over here. So had one of these laying around, does the job just fine. All right, so let's get this going. Before I actually spray directly, I had this in water, so I'm gonna do a few coats here just to run through the nozzle, make sure there's no more water, and then also do a few test sprays to see how the coating is working. You can see that it's not coming out that heavy, so that's the goal. The first coat is supposed to be a very light tack coat, and then every 5 to 10 minutes you're gonna add another coat until you get the desired color. So I'm gonna start doing it right now. And again, you may not see anything. That's the goal. Again, very light coat. I'm gonna turn this guy around. bring it out. This is just to get the other side of it. All right, first coat's done. Coming back for the second coat in 10 minutes. All right, guys, coat 2. I put them on little pieces of cardboard so it's easier to turn around up the first time. That's it, guys. Very simple, light coats. Build it up to what you want it to be. All right, another 5 to 10 minutes. I'll be back. Coat 3. Coat 4. All right, guys, this is probably not gonna be my final coat. I'm gonna do probably 6 coats, but just saying on the final coat, you wanna make sure it's a medium spray instead of a light spray. So this is gonna be coat number 5, and I'm gonna go on the 6th one with a heavier spray as the final coat. Alright, guys, the next coat's gonna be a heavier coat. Alright, coat number 6, gonna be a medium spray, a little bit heavier than I normally do it, just to finalize everything and make it nice and smooth. Alright, turn it around. After turning it, we're going to wait 24 hours for this to completely cure and dry up. After that, we're going to cut out the vinyl decals, stick them on, and then put the clear coat. By the way, I'm going to be picking up my wheels probably tomorrow. They're off to get powder coated, so. Alright guys, that's it. I'm gonna let this sit 24 hours. Also, yeah, for the comments, I know you guys are gonna be saying, why are you spraying without a mask? I'm well ventilated, guys, so